Hello again, everyone. This is Collocations Part 13. This is the 13th video in my collocation series, and like the others, I'll present 5 commonly used collocations to you, numbered 61 to 65. But first, I'll give you the opportunity to guess the correct word or words to complete each one. Then, I'll give you the answers and an additional example for each one. I also recommend that you pause the video at each question to give yourself some extra time to think of the answers. So, are you ready? Okay, here we go once again. Number 61. And the answer here is B, take. Take a risk is our collocation. And the example is, you take a risk every time you eat raw fish like sushi because it may not be fresh. Okay, so to take a risk just means that to do something that may result in some kind of a danger or maybe even a failure of some kind. And in this case, if you eat some raw fish that's not fresh, you could get sick, right? That's the risk that you take. All right, so we say take a risk. Okay, the other two don't work. Here's another example. I took a risk buying a used car because it was cheaper than a new one and the car ran well. So this person took a risk, they took a chance, we even say, and they bought the used car, which sometimes can be a problem, or you could have a lot of problems with a used car. But this time it was okay, the car ran well, and this person took a risk in the past tense. All right, that's took a risk. All right, so the collocation take a risk, very commonly used. All right, here's number 62. And the answer here is C, heavy. Heavy snow, that's our collocation. The example is, the heavy snow last night caused many problems for traffic in the city this morning. Now, heavy snow, these two words are used quite often together. Now, is heavy snow weighty? Yes, it is. Is it overwhelming? Yes, it is, but we don't use them in a collocation like that. All right? Heavy snow, that's what we use. Here's another example. Heavy snow combined with an ice storm downed many power lines last week, and the city is still fixing everything. Okay, heavy snow, it just means a lot of snow that is actually heavy, right? It can be wet, that makes it heavy. The weight of it is a little bit more, but heavy snow usually means a lot of it, okay? And that's our collocation. Okay, here's number 63. The answer here is C, false, and the complete collocation is under the false pretense. And our example reads, during the war, they acquired most of their wealth under the false pretense of patriotism. Okay, so this example implies that the people they're talking about made a lot of money during the war. They were saying that they were patriots, that they really cared about it, but it seems like from this example, they didn't really care about being patriots. Pretense, this means a claim, or we can even say an assumption of something. So it's almost like they pretended. They claimed, okay, that they were patriots, all right? Falsely, so that's false pretense. So this is used quite often. We say under the false pretense or under false pretenses, okay? Here's another example. They were caught by immigration officials entering the country under false pretenses. Okay, so they were claiming things that weren't true, and the immigration officials caught them doing this. All right, they caught them making these claims that were false. Got it? And now for number 64. And the answer here is A, comfort. Comfort food. That's our collocation. The example is, ever since I was a child, spaghetti has always been my favorite comfort food. All right, I think we know what a comfort food is. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're home. You're safe. Everything feels good. That's comfort food. All right, spaghetti happens to be my comfort food also. But anyway, the other two, leisure food, homey food, no, they don't work. Comfort food, this is our collocation, and it's used very often. Here's another example. For many people, chocolate is the perfect comfort food when they are feeling sad. All right, so maybe you're one of these people out there that they have chocolate to make them feel good when they're feeling sad. And that's what this is all about, this comfort, this feeling of home in a way, right? That you're safe and you feel good. All right, now our final collocation, number 65. And the answer here is C, costs a fortune. And our example is, the food at that restaurant is very delicious, but it costs a fortune. All right, if something costs a fortune, it's very expensive. All right, that's what it means. To cost a fortune. That's our collocation. Now, let's see. It resembles a fortune? It completes a fortune? No, those two just don't work. Here's another example. Her house was really old, and it would cost a fortune to modernize it. All right, so it would be very expensive to modernize this person's house because it was very old. Okay, so if it costs a fortune or cost a fortune, whatever you're going to use there, and like the other collocations in this video, it is used very often. Got it? That's all for this video. Thanks again for subscribing, everyone. And please like and share this video if you get a chance, because we want to build this channel up. And remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.